It is. It's me. It's TRG, the Ramblin Gambler. And if you are not familiar with me, if you maybe found this video at random, I am the host of our Casino Kombat podcast, and we spell combat with a K. You can find us at casinokombat.com. We are hosted by anchor.fm/Casino Kombat. We're on Google, Spotify, Apple. If you find podcasts where you find podcasts, that's where we are. And I talk about gambling, and I have developed a series of winning wagering systems. And that's what I'm going to show you here today. I have taught TRG Wagering System 1, the one, the only, on a variety of ways, on a variety of formats, on YouTube, which is where you're probably finding this video. I have a playlist called Boot Camp. Casino Kombat, combat spelled with a K, has a channel on YouTube. There is a playlist called Boot Camp. Camp is spelled with a K, and in the Boot Camp playlist, I have taught TRG Wagering System 1, the one and only. And I have also taught this in an episode or a couple episodes of the podcast. It is in, I'm going to say episode 6 or 7. Don't know right off the top of my head. But this is a very easy, simple wagering system. And it goes like this. You buy in for 10 units. Your negative exit point from the table is when this stack is 3 units or less. Every once in a while, it gets to be a little less. The 3 units are left over so that if you need to double or split on the very last wager, you have some extra money available to do so. If you ever have more than 10 units here, the extra units go here. Okay, so we leave when this gets to 3. We put the wins here. If we make this wager and we lose, the next bet is 2 units. If we win that, we will have a 1-unit profit and we will return to a 1-unit wager. If we win 2 1-unit wagers in a row, we will go up by half a unit, or $10 if we're making a $25 wager, because I like to keep it simple. If you want to get a bunch of pink $2.50 chips and make a $12.50 up, that's fine. You can do that. It won't hurt anything. If I lose that 2-unit wager, I bet 1 I lose, I bet 2 I lose. I'm going to bet 4.5. If I win, I will have a 1.5-unit profit and a 10-unit play stack. That's great. That's what we're trying to do. If I lose that wager, I'm done. Almost all the time. Once in a while, this stack of chips is so big that I will go ahead and make a 3-unit wager. And if I win that, I'll take a few of these chips, mix it with a few of these chips, and start the process over. I don't do that very often. I only do that if this stack of chips is just massive, right? If I started with $250 here, and I've got $600 here, that's when I'll make that move. But that's about the only time. That's a very, very limited, optional part of the wagering system. So, we got positive exit. Positive exit is I've won so much and I've lost a couple chips here, right? I get this up to I got 8 or 10 units. And this goes down to 1 or 2 units. That's my positive exit. I'm going to try to keep playing and winning, but if I lose just a little bit, I'm going to leave with a win. Anytime I get to the point where there's 8 to 10 units here, I'm thinking about, should I leave? I want to keep winning. I want to keep playing. I want to keep building this stack up, but I'm only going to lose a couple, and then I'm going to walk away. I'm going to walk away if this gets down to 3 units, and I have my progressive wagering. I go up half a unit after I win 2 in a row of a single unit. I have my regressive wagering, 1 unit, 2 units, 4.5 units. This system was built when I only really had access to Las Vegas and Atlantic City. And it was built to go, if I'm winning, I'm staying. If I'm losing, I'm leaving. Because I would just bounce from casino to casino, from table to table. We'd just walk down the strip, me and Mrs. TRG, and we'd play a little blackjack. And I'd play this way. And I found that over time, I was winning fairly consistently. So this was a great system for a tourist. This was a great system for someone that gambled between 1 and 3 times a year. That's what I built this system for. It works great when there's lots of opportunities for gambling and for doing other things, because you can just do some gambling and then go get some food, and do some gambling and go to a show, and do some gambling after the show and get up the next morning and before brunch do a little gambling. It's a great system for that, and it's a very simple system. I invented more complex things later. There is TRG Wagering System 2, which is discussed in episodes 62 and 63 of the podcast. There is TRG Wagering System 3, the Meta Martingale, which actually just gets added on to any of my other wagering systems. It's discussed several times during the podcast, but it is discussed specifically in episode 64. I know that for sure. And there is TRG Wagering System 4, which is called Win More, Keep More, and it is described in episode 97, and I am going to do videos for all of the wagering systems except TRG Wagering System 3, because it's very simple, and it just is a add-on to the other wagering systems. So, you've got the background, you know where to find the other materials, so let's get started. I'm going to make a 1-unit bet. The computer is generating all these hands, by the way. I have no idea what's going to come up. This is live. I may make mistakes. The computer may do something weird. If those things happen, we're just going to work through it. But I don't know what's coming up. So you are going to see these chips move the way I would move them in a casino if I was playing TRG System 1, the one, the only. This is a hit. This is still a hit. I'm glad I took those cards. Excellent. So, rebuild the abacus. We won 1 unit. Didn't win 2 in a row. No reason to do anything other than make another bet. This is a stand. We win again. Now, I am going to pay us in red chips. And now I am going to take 1 unit from my play stack and half, roughly, approximately half a unit from my win stack. That's the way I always handle that. And I'm going to make another hand. All right. So we get paid again. I'm not going to rebuild my abacus, everybody. I am just going to put chips on the win stack and then add another 2 red chips from the win stack to the wager. That is 9. And the dealer has a 6. And I need to get some change. So now I've made change, and then I'm going to pause. Real talk, it is very likely, casinos, you may not know this, casinos will let you, in blackjack, double for less. And I might have been very tempted in the real world to go, okay, I got 15 here. I'm not worried about the extra $5. I might very well have made this that way. But let's do it exactly according to the system, and let's double. Not a bad card. Not a good enough card. That's unfortunate. So, even though I did lose a lot more than 2 units, and even though I did lose 2 units off of this stack, I am simply going to make a 2-unit wager. We're not getting fancy here. And then I'm going to hit, and I'm going to hit again, and I'm going to hit again. And that's a 2-unit loss. And so now I am going to take 4, and notice that we are going to go a little deeper than 3 chips left here. We're only going to have 2 chips left here. I am not now, nor would I in a casino, go through the process of changing one of these into 5 of those to make the half unit on top of this. I would just take it off the win stack, and I would remember that if I win, those 2 red chips need to go back here. They're technically part of the win. But we're also at the point where if we lose this, we're walking away. So there's no reason to make the dealer crazy, make yourself crazy. There we go. That's a stand. That's a win. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2. There you go. You can see the whole win. So there's the extra that came off of the win stack. There's more that's going to go on the win stack. And 1 that goes on the win stack. We haven't won 2 in a row. We're just going to make a 1-unit wager. All right, so this goes on my win stack. And I am going to take from my win stack half a unit. And I am on the progressive side of this system now. 8 or 18 against an 8. That is a stand. 19. That's a loss. Despite the fact that this was a $35 wager, we are just going to make a 2-unit wager. We're on the regressives part now. We're going to stand. We've lost that. We need to make a 4.5-unit wager. Again, I'm just going to fudge and take it from there. 10. All right. Now we've really got to fudge. You guys see that? You can see that. You can see that. I've had to take a little of my win stack because I do want to double this. Boy, I'm glad I did. Aren't you glad I did? All right, we got a little putting stuff back together to do here, but let's get everything laid out. Let's get all the payouts laid out here. And I'm going to be honest as I'm laying this out, everybody. This is where this wagering system gets a little scary. If you were doing this in real life for the first time, you might have had some butterflies going on right there. And if you lose that wager, it kind of makes you annoyed. It makes you more than annoyed. It makes you sad and angry and mad and all those emotions that are tough to control. But what this system also does is you push more money out when basic strategy is telling you you have an advantage and you end up with these really big wins. Now, I fudged this off. And I fudged that off. And these can just go right there and join that. Because we're going to take all this. We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And we're just going to put all that right there. It's going to stack all that right up. Now, we didn't win 2 in a row. So we're not going to push up. But boy, we sure are going to start being careful, aren't we? There's 200. 225, 250, 260, 265. So we're going to start being careful. We are not going to play this all the way down. In fact, what I'm going to do at this point in the real world, in the real casino, is I am going to bet this 1 unit. And if I lose, I'm going to bet those 2 units. And then I'm not going to make the 4.5-unit bet. I'm going to protect this win and walk away. I don't want insurance. I do want to take a card. I did not win. I am going to bet 2 units. I am going to hit. I am going to stand. Excellent. So, exactly the way this is supposed to work. Didn't win 2 in a row. Just going to make a 1-unit bet. Not going to split. I am going to stand. Excellent. Well, now I have won 2 in a row. So now I'm going to go up by 1. Sorry, we got a bit of a mess here. We have the problem that we have won too much. And it's becoming a little difficult to keep track of all our winnings. Oh, woe is us. All right. Not going to split. I am going to stand. I am going to push. Not going to take insurance. I'm going to take a card. I'm going to stand. All right. So we got paid. I'm going to take $10 of my winnings, technically off my win stack. I am going to add to my win stack one $25 chip. I am going to stand. All right. There we go. I got to get a bunch of chips here. Everybody give me a sec. There's that. Stack these up. You can't see that. There you go. Paid myself. This all comes over here. And I need to add $10. So that makes this a $55 wager. We now have $365. We have $365. We have so much it's hard to get it all on the camera. We have $365 here. We have $25 here. $25 missing here. So we have a nice win. All right. So that's a loss. I'll make my 2-unit wager. I'm going to be done if this doesn't pay. All right. I'm going to be done. I'm going to walk away with my win. There is a point where this stack gets so big that you go, I'm going to make the 4.5-unit wager. I'm looking at it this way. If I take the 4.5 out of here, right? Take 4.5 out of there. I take the 3 units that I've already lost out of there, then that leaves me with a win of $180. Yeah, win of $180, which is not a bad win. But me personally, no. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and put that there, and put that there. That's what I started with. That is 100, 200, 25, 250, 275, 285, 290. I'm going to walk with my $290 and call that a nice win, particularly if I'm in Las Vegas or Atlantic City and I can just kind of go out and take a look at something outside, go see the volcano erupt at the Mirage, or, wander down to Paris and get a beer and then go find another blackjack table. That's what I'm going to do. But we saw a nice win there. We've been going for 15 minutes. I'll tell you what. Obviously, you can just stop right now and say, this is the most amazing system ever. TRG is a genius. I send him an email and tell him how much I enjoyed the video and how much I learned. But if you don't want to do that, let's see if, pull this back down where it's supposed to be. Let's see if we can generate a losing session. Not necessarily a losing session, but let's see if we can play through and reach a point where we've gotten hit in some fashion. So here we go. $17. So that's a win. That's not 2 in a row. We're not going to go to the progressive side. This is a hit. Also a hit. So I'm going to pay myself in red chips. And I'm going to put them all right here. And I've won 2 in a row. And so I'm going to press up by half. Oh, I needed to stand. I assumed I won that. I did win that. Okay. I got ahead of myself there. I apologize. I told you this was live. Mistakes are going to be made, and we're going to move right through it. This is a double. So I'm going to take the base bet from my play stack. I am going to take the press from my win stack. And I am going to double. Okay. Excellent. There we go. Bear with me as I grab some chips here, everybody. So, bump, 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 bump. There we go. I got paid out. So now, I am going to add half a unit. I'm going to put this back where it goes. Assume I rebuilt my abacus and moved all the chips around. I would have put everything here, moved them all back, bump, bump. Right? So this is fine. This is 9 units. My extras have gone here. I've got half and half again. Now I need to double. So I am going to take that from my play stack. I am going to take that from my win stack. And I am going to double. That did not work out. So this is now a 2-unit bet. The fact that I lost way more than 1 unit does not matter. We are not going to worry about that. It is not a true martingale in that sense. It is just a 2-unit wager. I'm going to stand against the 2. That's good, because dealers usually do really well with a 2-unit bet there. Or with a 2 showing. 2 showing is good for dealers. So, we're back at 10 units. No harm, no foul. This is a double. Double comes from the play stack. This goes here, this goes here. Rebuild that. This goes here. Gosh, I thought I wanted to show you something where things went badly. All right, this is a double. I don't want to split. I do want to double. All right, that looks right. 2-unit wager. Doesn't matter that I doubled and lost. It's just a 2-unit wager. And now I'm going to stand. And I get paid 2 units, which puts all this back here. So that's a loss. 2 units. That's a loss. I'm going to go four and a half units. Well, will you look at that? Isn't that nice? So we are going to get paid 4, 5, 6 green chips. They're blue chips now. 6 $25 chips. There's the 1.5 times for that. There's the 1.5 times for that. Let's gather this all up. Let's start rebuilding our abacus here. See where we end up. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we're not yet at the point where I want to start protecting this win. We've got 100, 150, 175, 195. We're close. If we win one more, yeah. Look, you're at a decision point here. You are just at the edge of saying, I'm only going to make 2 more bets. And you're just at the edge of saying, no, I need to add at least 1 or 2 more here before I make that decision. So I'm going to decide, particularly because I wouldn't hate, for illustration purposes, since this is not real money, I wouldn't hate showing you this going wrong by making this decision. So I'm going to intend to work all the way through the whole process here. 18. Oh, all right. 2-unit wager. Two units paid. Everything stacked. All right. Now I've got to. Now I've got to start saying, all right, there's $220 here. I'm going to leave with a win. Oh, those are good hands. All right, so bum, I got paid. Chips go back. Chips go here. Now I'm really protecting a win. Now I'm really not going to go more than 2 hands. Don't want to split. Do want to stand. So I got paid. This goes here. This goes here. In real life, I think most of you would be like me and just know how to make that all work. But technically, that's the way we do that. I'm not going to split. I am going to stand. All right, so I got paid. And now I am just going to fudge. And this is also how I would do it in the casino. I'm just going to press up on the progressive side. Take this from here. Take this from here. Not a great double. That's a loss. I'm going to make the 2-unit wager. Win, keep playing, lose, be done. Lost. Done. And I would also do this in a casino. This is always me, right? Stack that up, and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a little extra there. A little bonus. I had a stack wrong. $225. $5 tip for the dealer. Maybe $10. Gabriel would definitely throw him a quarter. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to tip away my win. But another great win from TRG Wagering System 1, the one and only. So let's go one more time. We're going to be done either way after this one, everybody. But let's go one more time. 10 units, 1-unit bet. That is not a split. That is a hit. That's also a hit. That's a horrible hand, but oh well. Yeah, I thought that might go that way. Okay. Let me make some change. 5, 4.5 units. Got on this side, we've got just about 3 units, not quite. And that's a loss. And that's interesting because that's a loss when most of us were thinking that's a great hand, that's probably a win. So we're going to walk away at this point. You know, the last 2 tables we walked away. So we're walking through Las Vegas. We stopped and we played some cards. We won some money. We walked down to the Paris. We grabbed a beer. We won some money. We went from Paris, baby, back to Bally's, right? You just kind of walk through the tunnel, walk through the shopping zone there, maybe grab a slice of pizza, sit down at Bally's and play. And now we're going to get up and we're going to record that we lost $210. We lost $210. in our little stroll through Las Vegas, we made money. Had a beer, had a slice of pizza, paid for those with money we won. All in all, we did just fine. We did just fine going through the process and making money. But we got hit that one time. And now, we can just go anywhere we want. The world is our oyster. We can go across the street to Bellagio and play. We can walk across the street the other way, and we could play at Cromwell. Love playing at Cromwell. Great casino. Great little boutique casino right there on the corner. We can go over to Caesars and play. We can go anywhere we want, and we can keep roaming around. It's a great system for that. It doesn't stand up well if you are in a small Midwestern casino with 3 blackjack tables on a Friday night. Doesn't work well. That's a casino that's tough to get a seat in, and to get up and try to go on to another table, it does not work well there. My other systems, TRG Wagering System 2, Always Be Grindin', and TRG Wagering System 4, Win More, Keep More, those all work better. But I hope this was helpful to you. If it was, shoot me an email, trg@casinomkombat.com, spell combat with a K. If you've got questions, concerns, if you think there's something else you need to know that I didn't show you, shoot me an email and let me know. Beyond that, I appreciate your time. Tip your waitresses, tip your dealers, tip your bartenders. Don't tip away your wins. I appreciate your time, everybody. I hope this was helpful to you.